Welcome to the Crypto Angel channel. Let me figure out why my light isn't working. Maybe that doesn't matter that much. Oh, jeez. Huh. Well, that's weird. Okay. Welcome to the channel. Crypto had a historic day today, and if you're a bear, you should be pretty happy. It had the biggest liquidation in the history of crypto. So that's something we do need to get into. By the way, we're live on YouTube and we're live on TikTok. Let's go over and look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Now, it hasn't updated since the most recent dump, but it will be from last night, which is probably, honestly, a lot different than where we should be right now. We're at 20 in extreme fear. My guess is we're 15-ish today. We'll see. I'd be fine if we're still at 19 or something like that today, because that means we have more downside to go, in my opinion at least. So we'll see what happens, but right now that is where the Crypto Fear and Greed Index is lying right now. The other thing I want to go over and look at is Bookmap. Bookmap basically shows you where all of the liquidity is lying on Bitcoin. Thank you for the 2 likes on YouTube. I appreciate that. So right now, Bookmap on the left is your weekly time frame. More liquidity down to 70 and a lot of liquidity at 75. 75 has the most right now. And then you come over to the daily. You have a lot still at 75, a ton at 75. So I'd be surprised, honestly, if Bitcoin does not go down to $75,000 sometime definitely in February, but I would even say within the first week or two of February. It could happen today, honestly. I'm actually in a short currently on Bitcoin because 75,000 is only not, it's about 3,000 away right now. So I'm in a short right now on Bitcoin. Now, I don't expect us to go down to 73, 72K today. It could totally happen. But I think a move down to 74.5 is in store. So I actually do have a short in order. Stop loss, I think, is 79. Take profit is the daily low at 75.5-ish, 75,600. So that is my take profit. We'll see what happens. It is barely, but it is a 3-to-1 R&R, risk to reward ratio. So we'll see what happens. That is my update right now. I'm looking for more downside on Bitcoin, but it is trying to peek through. So let's kind of break down what's going on. I'm going to start on the daily time frame, and then we will work our way down. Actually, I'm going to start on the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame right now for Bitcoin, very oversold, but I don't see the next support until about 74.5, if not 75,000. Jump down to the 3-day. 3-day is in a downtrend, still has more downside to go. Daily is very oversold, but again, you're in a free fall. You lost that daily low here at 81K, and now, really, where's the next support? The next support is 74.5. That was a major bounce zone. If you don't hold 74.5, and we bounced there, what? It was 9 months ago. So if you don't hold that level, you're looking at, I think 74.5 is going to be a major bounce zone. If you don't hold that level, guys, it is going to basically straight down to 50,000 within a week or two, in my opinion. Maybe a month at most. It's going to happen relatively fast. For Bitcoin to go from 74 or 75K down to 50,000 in even a month, that's pretty crazy. But I think that's what's going to happen, because when you went from 50,000 to 75,000, it happened very quickly. I guess from August 6th until Wednesday, okay, so you have August, September, October. No, that was 3 months. Okay, so maybe it would take just over a month. But usually you don't faster than when you pump. So we'll see what happens, guys. 74.5 is a major weekly and even monthly support. So I think that could be a major bounce zone. So maybe that'll be our daily or our weekend low is 74, 75K. But for right now, that's the short-term target of where I'm looking for us to go next. And I would love it to just continue down. Now, at 74K, I will be honest, I would be looking for a major bounce there. And if it doesn't happen, that's extremely bearish. And like I said, then you're looking at 50,000 as the next macro support. So again, I'm short right now. I see this as like a descending triangle, descending flag. And this measure move isn't crazy accurate. Let me just see how I got this. I just want to back test this and make sure I'm getting the correct measure move. So I don't know. Let me jump down to the 10-minute time frame. So you took it from that wick low, and I would do it from right here. So your measure move really on the next leg to the downside is almost $71,000. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Hold on, let me see. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin. It does look pretty bearish to me. It looks like we could continue lower. So if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below. Appreciate you guys hit the like. It does help support the channel. That's what I'm looking for. I can show you guys this really quickly. I'm still in my trade on BitGet. My current sell price is $88,900. So I'm not going to stand to make a lot of money right now on this. Oh my gosh. Right now it's down $621. But again, this is with the trading bot. And if it sells at $88,900, I'm going to make $107 on this. So That's interesting. You're down 625. I'm only going to make 107. But against a trading bot, it has never lost, so I remain to use it, and I don't know. I just started using it about 6 months ago. I have made money with it, but when you're down 600 and then you're only going to make 100, it's like, that's interesting. That is not how I would trade, but hey, it's profitable. It just takes a long time. In a bear market, it doesn't do very well. In the bull market, it does pretty well. It gets in and out really fast, and yeah. So I don't know. I'm still trying to. It's kind of still in the testing phase. So let's see what happens right now. The sell price on that is 89,000. If that happens, it obviously would win. But anyways. And honestly, it's fine because my liquidation right now is only it's 20,000. So like I think the bear market low, the worst case scenario, unless we get a crazy black swan event, is gonna be like a bear market low of 40,000. So to have my liquidation at 20, I'm not that worried right now. But the trade is currently worth 0.065 Bitcoin. So yeah, that's what we got going on. That's going to probably take forever to come because I see more downside for Bitcoin. But as you go lower, it's going to DCA lower and then the sell price will get lower. But still, that's going to probably be another macro swing trade on that trading bot. So that's but short term, like I said, I see more downside for Bitcoin. Now, how could you reverse out of here? Well, the first thing you absolutely need to see is the 1 minute get back above the 200. And it looks like you did for a second, but you only closed one candle above it, came right back down. So obviously the 1 minute right now needs to break 77.9 with conviction. That would be like the start of how you could get out of this. And you know, I might cut this short off because this looks bullish to me. That's a left head, that's your shoulder, that's your right head. This is an inverted head and shoulder pattern, in my opinion, at least. So I might have to cut this short off so I don't lose big. It doesn't look like it wants to dump right now. The higher time frames, like the 10 minute you look at, is like, okay, this could be a bearish retest. But at the end of the day, I see very strong resistance at 84,000 now. But at the end of the day, it doesn't look like it wants to dump right now. So I might have to cut this short off. It just might be kind of the move right now. So, like, I would do this. I'm going to move my stop loss. I would say, like, just right here. Let me look at the 2 minute time frame. So, like, 80,000 would be a good place for a stop loss, in my opinion. But yeah, it does look like you're getting some consolidation here, which would be a good sign for the bulls for a move back to the upside. I would say the 4 minute even looks strong. If I zoom out to the 5 minute, the 5 minute right now, it still has, I would still say, 5 minute doesn't look bullish yet, but I would say the 4 minute looks, it's starting to look more interesting for an inverted head and shoulders pattern. I hope this doesn't play out. I do want us to dump more because I'm in a short, but I will be honest with you, it does look like this wants to get a pump back to the upside. So that is just what I see. I see that this wants to pump. So let me go back to the 1 minute. Is the 1 minute going to get back above these key levels? It looks like it might want to. Yeah, I see it. If you guys have requests, let me know. But I'm just trying to see what's going on in short term. Usually don't go to the 1 minute, but it's been a crazy weekend day. Biggest liquidation crypto history. So it's something to note. Thank you for the likes on TikTok. Appreciate the rose that they smell so good. I'll give them to my girlfriend. She's right now she's out of town, so I'll have to give them to her when she gets back. But anyways, I see more downside for Bitcoin. But very short term, I could see a bounce here. So again, I might have to cut this trade off. The current short I'm in, aside, it's different than the bit get long. The short I'm in right now is 0.004 Bitcoin. So it was looking like it wanted to dump, and it kind of got the dump to the downside here. I entered the short maybe around here, got maybe in the green for a little bit, but I think right now I'm basically at break even. I think I entered at 77.8. So if the bulls really want to bounce this here, you would absolutely need to get back above this key level here at 78.1. So what I think I'm going to do is put a stop loss at $78,100. But if you don't reclaim that level, you're still not bullish. You hardly got it back above the 1 minute 200, and then now you're teetering with it. But it's interesting. So there's not a lot of times I watch a 1 minute price action, but I think this is one, because this could either be a major reversal inverted head and shoulders, or you're just going to roll over, have a bearish retest of this bear flag, and dump further to the downside. I think the macro timeframes are going to continue to bleed out, but short term we could be in for a relief rally if we can crack 78.1. If not, it's game over. The fact that it's taking this long to crack it tells me that's, I do say the longer it takes to crack a resistance, the more likely you are to break it, but in this case, I'm not so sure. You have a lot of liquidity here sitting at 77.9. So if you do crack at your next level on the 1 minute is 78.8 to the upside. So I could see it happening. I could also see a major rejection here. So I'm going to leave this inverted head and shoulders here on the table, but right now you cannot be bullish unless you crack, I would say, 78.1. So no, if you don't get above that level, you can't be bullish. So, do I think this is the bottom? Short term on the 1 minute time frame, it could be. I wouldn't even long the 1 minute yet. I really wouldn't. I would long the 1 minute above 78.1. If you get above 78.1, I think the daily low is in. Do I think this is the low for the macro time frame? No, I do not think it is the low for the macro time frame. I think the low for the macro time frame is anywhere between 40 and 50,000. And that is my thoughts based on looking at the market, and we'll see what happens. Bitcoin really struggling to break 78.1, which tells me it's likely you're going to roll over. Let me go back to the 10 minute. Also, another reason I don't think it's going to happen, I could be wrong, but 10 minutes overbought. 50-minute time frame made a lower high, significant lower high. 33-minute is still in the upward trend, so maybe we go sideways for the next few hours. But at the end of the day, unless the 10 and 50-minute time frame make a higher low, like get oversold, maybe at 77K, you can't really be bullish. They got oversold down here at 75.6. You need to see that make a higher low. The next time, if the stock RSI rolls over, you would want it to hold like 77K. If that happens, then you could say, hey, we're probably going to teeter on out of here. And finally, it might take a few hours, but we're going to get out of here. But if right now, 10 minute, as far as I can see right now, 10 minutes made a lower high. The previous time the 10-minute time frame was overbought was literally, the last time it was completely overbought. It was 82.9. Last time it got close to being overbought was in this downtrend, so I don't even consider that being overbought because you didn't get all the way till 100. So at this point, the last time it was overbought was in the low 80 range. So at this point, I would say Bitcoin is not looking good. And again, if I'm not in a long or a short already, I would probably not enter a position. I'm already in my trade, and I think it might play out. But again, anything below 78.1 to me is bearish, very short term. We are going to 70,000. I believe we will. Thank you for the share. How to add the liquidity map in TradingView. This thing? Is that what you mean? This is the VRVP. Is that what you mean? I don't know what you mean. If that is, then you can just find that under indicators. Okay. So, 4-hour time frame. Let me go look at the 4-hour time frame really quickly. So I don't know why you want me to look at the 4-hour time frame, but I would say that the 4-hour time frame is just not playing nice. Yeah, I see more downside. And then you want me to look at the weekly, which I already did once. I think the weekly looks absolutely horrible. I'm going to get rid of the moon phases right now. It's too much on the chart. So I think the weekly looks absolutely horrible. And 74.5 is your next macro support from back here, which I already talked about 5 minutes ago. If you don't hold that level, 50,000 is on the table. So there's no more. I'm not going to go over that again. But that's the weekly time frame. Bitcoin literally just rejected off that possible inverted head and shoulders. And to me, at this point, it hasn't completely failed yet, but it's looking very likely that it's going to fail. And I would even say, yeah, I would just say 78.1. Anything below 78.1 is bearish. And I don't want to tell you what to do. But this would be a great time to add to the short. I'm not going to do that. But stop at 78.1. That's my thought on that. It looks like we're going to... The trend's your friend till the end, guys. Right now, we are continuing to roll over. We'll see. Maybe there's a chance you bounce here. I don't know, man. I'm not... There's a real... I mean, I would say, if I had to call it right now, I'd say we continue going down. But I wouldn't add to the short right now. Would I enter a short if I'm not in one? Maybe. But I'm already in one. I'm not going to go crazy about it. So anyways, I will see what happens. It looks bearish to me, but we'll see. I'm looking at those small time frames to see if we're going to get this inverted head and shoulders. Smaller time frames are going to tell you what's happening on the, I think this pattern right here is either going to pump for the rest of the day, or if you don't get back by 78.1, it's going to continue to go to the downside, and then you're going to see 75K today. I think right now is a huge decision time, and when it's a huge decision time, I'm going to be on the 1 minute time frame because that's going to tell you what you need to know. You can even go down to the 30-second time frame or the 45-second time frame, and I can see that these are not above their 200-day moving average. 30 seconds is a little bit, but it's not by much. 15 seconds is above it. That's a lower high in the 15 second. So I think this is a pivotal time. If Bitcoin wants to reverse for the day and put in the daily low here and get a confirmation of that, you would need this to bounce here. And the fact or not tells me I see more downside for later today. And that I'm under the assumption right now, based on looking at this charts, the fact we can't break 78.1 tells me that we are going to take out this low, most likely later today, or I would say in the next 24 hours. So that's... I think smaller time frames will tell you what you need to know when the price is doing crazy things. Usually, I don't come on here and show you the 1 minute time frame, but when there's a possible reversal, you have to look at the smaller time frames because the smaller time frames will lead to the larger time frames getting that reversal as well. Okay. Thank you for the follow, Carlos. So that's why I'm on the smaller time frames. I'm still short on SUI. Now, if you want me to look at the larger time frames, that's what I'm doing now. SUI right now is bearish. You're in a macro bear flag, and right now I would say SUI is bearish. Anything below 180 or anything below 180 is bearish. I would say just go with the 180 stop loss. I have a stop loss in at 180. I could move that down. My current take profit for SUI is 82 cents. If you lose 82 cents, that's the measure move. But I think at some point you're gonna come down, take out this wick low. In bear markets, when you get crazy scam wick like that, usually you fill that wick low. It might take several months, especially if it's on the daily time frame, but usually you fill it. And I believe it might take another 1 or 2 months, but 82 cents on SUI, 60 cents on SUI looks like the next stop in the next 1 to 3 months, I would say. AIA, I took a short on this, didn't hit the measure move yet, but you took out, let me go to the daily time frame. This is like a scam token, it just continues to go down. At one point it was $20, so it's been a pretty simple short in my opinion. But, you took out that daily low, and I think that's what's going to happen with SUI in due time. You took out that daily low. The second you did that, I was looking for an exit. I got out, made $50 on that in a day. Nothing crazy, but $50. And now if I just look at SUI, especially if Bitcoin dumps, this is going to be another dump to the downside for SUI. And SUI is in one of the strongest downtrends in the entire market right now. Not SUI. Well, SUI is a little bit, but I'm talking about AIA right now. The fact it went from $20 and now it's possibly targeting 4 to 5 cents is insane. That's a bear flag on the 10-minute. Suggests SUI is going to continue to capitulate to the downside. And 5 cents would be a conservative target in my opinion. So AIA, that's a trade I'm definitely eyeing for later today. I might want to wait for the 1 hour to get overbought or something. Maybe even the 4 hours. So that could take some time. But right now, that's a trade I'd be looking at for the next 1 to 3 days. That's something that I might enter in the next 1 to 3 days. But if Bitcoin dumps down to 75,000 right now, it's probably just going to dump now. But the fact I would like to wait for the preferred entry would be the 4 hour and 1 hour being overbought. Maybe then it would be a more probable short. But either way, the trend's macroly bearish. So if it looks like AIA is going to dump sooner than later. Okay, Dogecoin. Well, that's a bear flag if I've ever seen one. Look at that scan wick, down to 9.4 cents. I mean, you see scan wicks like that in a strong downtrend, you usually go fill them. I don't care if it's on the 10-minute time frame or the daily time frame. It's more likely you fill them on the daily time frame. Look at that, the daily time frame all the way back here. I just told you, and it happened just today. Dogecoin had a scan wick October 10th from all the way up at 18 cents all the way down to 10. Okay, so how long ago was that? October 10th. December, January, almost 3 months later, 2.5 months later, you finally filled that wick. After you got that massive pump up, you're like, hey, we had to scan wick down. Most likely, it's going to continue and fill that wick because that's just how price action works in a bear market on shitcoins that are worth absolutely nothing. So I should short that. You could have entered the short up here. That would be a beautiful short. You've been in the trade for 2.5 months, and now today you would have hit your take profit because you made a slightly lower low than this one, and that's what I'm talking about. But now the 10 minutes made a lower low down to 9.4, so now you could enter another short. This is not financial advice, but these look like easy shorts to me. I can't say anything's easy. This is not financial advice, but this looks like a simple short to me. You hit 9.48 cents, we'll say, and your stop loss could be up here at 10.31. Take profit, I would say at 9.443. Sorry, that's an easy short. If I wasn't in a Bitcoin long or Bitcoin short right now, Bitcoin continuing to fall, I would be in this. The trends are friend on not only Dogecoin, but everything follows Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks like it's going to dump, as does Doge. You're 2 for 2. Usually if Bitcoin dumps, you're going to see altcoins dump. Both look bearish to me. This seems like a simple short, at least down to the local daily low at 9.443. So I'm not telling you what to do, but if to me that's like a receiver getting wide open in the NFL. There's no one within 10, 20 yards of him, and you throw up a pass. That's how simple this is. Who's calling me right now? I don't know who that is. I'm declining that. That was weird. Okay, I've never seen it pop up on Telegram like that before. So, anyways, that's really weird. Okay, really weird. Okay, anyway, so that's what I see going on right now. I see Dogecoin getting a dump to the downside. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. So that's my update on Dogecoin, and thank you for that request because I might enter that short actually on Dogecoin. If you also, guys, if you want to join the Telegram group, feel free to join that. Link to join is in the description below on TikTok and YouTube. So let me just tell you if this would be a trade that would be worth taking. Oh my God. Anyways, so that's a great entry. So your stop loss would be right here at 10.315. Take profit would be, I would say, 9.5. 9.483, something like that, 9.443, whatever you want. You do you, but the risk to reward, this says you could enter the trade almost 6 times, and if you won just 1 time of the 5.7 times you enter the trade, you'd be break even. If you won 2 out of the 5.7 times you enter the trade, you'd be in the money. So, that is a clear bear flag on Dogecoin. And to be honest with you, maybe the measure moves even lower. Measure move is lower. And it'd be a lower low. But if you just want a conservative target, take out. Have your take profit at the daily low. So to me, that is one of the simplest bear flags I could ever see. The trend is your friend until the end. You had a scan wick down. You just took out the daily low on Dogecoin. Bitcoin looks bearish. This isn't a bear flag below the 200. There's about 10 million reasons. There's about 8 reasons I could name right now why you should enter a short on Dogecoin. On the 10-minute time frame, this could happen in an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours or in 24 hours, whatever. But this is not going to be a macroly long trade. You either know really quickly if you win or if you lose. If you win, it might take a few hours. If you lose, it will take probably an hour or 2. That is a clear short to me. I don't know about you, man. That looks ugly. So, I would put my stop at 10.31 at the highest. And the take profit would be this level right here, 9.443. There's a free trade. I can't guarantee you're going to win, but I would say there's an 80% chance that you're going to hit 9.443 before you hit 10.31. That's my update. 2 of the last 3 days are the worst in 2 years. We're all screwed, yeah. Will crypto market continue crashing? And what position is best to enter right now? I'm short. Thank you for the follow, PA. I'm short on the market, so you do you, man. You do you. I could enter a short. I just thought about this. I could go over to my BitGet chart right now. Would this screw up my other trade if I entered a short on Dogecoin right now? Would it? Hold on, let me see this right now. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna enter a short on Dogecoin. I'm not gonna do anything crazy, but I'm gonna enter a short on Dogecoin. So I used BitGet for my trading bot. But I've never actually opened my own trade up on here, and I'm going to see what I'm going to do. I don't want this to affect my my account. How do I go over to the trading? What is happening? It usually pops up with my trade. Why is it not doing that? Okay, so I want to do a short on Dogecoin. So hopefully it will stay in. I want to do futures. That's what I want to do. And we're going to enter a short on Dogecoin right now. Let's do it. I have $3,263 to work with. What is Bitcoin doing right now? Bitcoin is something I need to watch. Dogecoin, well, maybe I won't into maybe I'll hold off the horses. Well, let me look at the 5-minute time frame on Dogecoin. It still looks bearish to me. It is back above 10 cents though. Well, my stop loss would be so close, so I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do low leverage because I have like... I have a decent amount of money to work with, so I'm going to do 25% of my account, but I'm only doing 1x leverage. And our stop loss is going to be 0.1031. Wait, what is it doing percentage? See, I don't want ROI. What is happening? I don't want ROI. Open short. 0.1, 0.1031. Is that right? Am I doing this right? No, I want 10 cents. 1031. I'm going to lose $13. My take profit is 0.09443. Make $52. Confirm. Did it enter the short? No. You have to hit enter short. Here we go. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyways, we're up 84 cents on the trade. What was my entry price on this? And now I want to see my liquidation is still good for here. I'm only risking $14 in account. I have $4,000, so I think I'm pretty good. Liquidation is 56 cents. Do we have a stop loss in place? It says we do. I think we do. I want the entire position. So I don't know what it's doing. I want the entire position. So a take profit is 0. So I've never done a bit get before. 9,443. Stop loss needs to be 0.1031. Okay. And our entry price right now is break-even price is 10.19.1. So see if we win. The second I enter, but if I lose $13, $14. So I mean, whatever. Bitcoin getting a bounce back up. Can you crack that key level at 78.1? That would be the next question. Thank you for the likes. What's going short and let you know what's going to happen. Anyways, so we'll see what happens. If I win this trade, I win $58 added to that account. It's like the account's $5,000, $4,000. I don't really care if $58 is $58 no matter how much is in your account. But the good thing is, if I win this trade, the liquidation on this would become lower, which it's at 20K, so I'm not that worried about. But maybe become 19.5 or something. Right now we're down $1 on the trade. Anyways, we'll see what happens. I think at some point, 1 hour actually looks bullish for Dogecoin though. Whatever. Anyways, without that green candle, it looks like a pretty damn good short. And then the second I entered it, it got that green candle. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so Bitcoin's still struggling to crack that key level I talked about. So again, not looking good for the longs right now, unless I still think though this inverted head and shoulder here on Bitcoin is valid and it might play out. It just might take time, and that could be happening right now. I will say this: the 1 minute is now actually kind of getting above the 1 minute, the 200. So there's a chance you bounce here and get along, and we can get along out of this. So we'll see what happens. I'm open-minded. My trade on Dogecoin is back to break even, so that's a good thing. I think, yeah, I think so. Not that I care. We're up 55 cents. Look at that. Anyways, I would, Sui trade's gonna take a while. Dogecoin trade. Let's see what happens. I will let you guys know in the Telegram group what happens, but that is, it looks good to me right now. Thank you, Trust for the follow. Hamid, how's it going? Bitcoin. We talked about Bitcoin like a long time actually, longer than I usually do. Um, so that is my update, guys. That's I gave you my trade on my short trade on Dogecoin, which is barely in the money right now. Um, so that's my trade. Now we're definitely in the money a little bit, up $3. So nothing to write home about. But yeah. Okay, guys, I think that's everything I wanted to cover. I am very. Oh, I'm so sorry that the market sucks, but it is what it is. It is what it is. The market looks like it's going to dump, and I'm short on the market. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up here. Yeah, that's kind of my update, guys, on the market. I see more downside for the market, and that still looks like a beautiful bear flag to me. As long as you stay below 1031 on Dogecoin, I see a move down coming, and that's a very good R&R. We'll see if I win this trade, but it doesn't get safer than that. You could take this trade almost 6 times, and if you lost, if you won 1 out of the 5, you'd break even. If you won 2 out of the 5.7, you'd be in money. So that's my update, guys. And anything above a 3-to-1 R&R is pretty good, long or short. So that's my beautiful trade setup I just gave you. Right now, it looks like it could easily play out, and I'll leave it at that. Bitcoin trying to bounce here, though. It is trying to bounce here. So with that being said, that's kind of everything I wanted to go over today. UA 1932. Look at render. I can do that. Hold on. I can do that. I just got to do this really quickly. I'm trying to track a flight. UA 1952. So I think both of those charts that you suggested are going to look bad. Wow, now they're arriving at. Damn. Okay, let's go look at I'm gonna leave that chart up. Actually, I'm just gonna make a new trading view chart. Okay. Come on, load. Wow, this is slow. What are we waiting for? Woo! This internet's so bad today. I can tell you both of these charts look horrible. We are struggling to get any service here. What is going on today? Wow, this is brutal. Okay, Ondo. I'm just going to look at the daily time frame and lower. So, look at Ondo, off, down. You know what I just told you 5, 10, 30 minutes ago? Scan wick, enter here, short this, take profit here. 24 cents is the target. You're about to hit it. I mean, I don't see anything else. That's going straight down to 24 cents. I'm not saying go all in now and have a take profit at 24 cents, but the risk, I think it'd be an easy short down to 24 cents from here. So there's not much else to talk about there. I'm sorry that you're in a long because it looks like you're gonna go. I don't know where you entered at 24 cents. It went down to 25.89. I don't know unless you entered way back there. I don't know, man. It doesn't. It looks like you're at least going back down to 20, 24, 20, 23.98 is actually my target. And then the render one, we can do render. I don't think render is going to look any better, but we'll look. That's not it. RENDR. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Render probably had a scan wick just like the rest of the market. Oh, look at this. Render could be a massively long swing trade that you short now. Take profit is 42.1. That would be probable. Scan wick, you saw it on other assets, you know. It could happen. It could totally happen. I don't like these moon phases. They're annoying me. Okay, so now the chart's way cleaner. So the short on render would be down to 42.1. You're below the daily 200. That's a bear market. You're below the 4-hour 200. Yeah, you are barely, but you are. So that looks bearish, and just trying to kind of see what I see here. Jumping down to the 4-hour time frame, see if I see anything crazy. Not really. So it would be a higher risk to short this, but it'd be pretty, I see resistance right here. It seems like if you had your stop at 240 is a long ways away, though, isn't it? You know what I would do? I would keep my stop loss above the 21-day moving average, which is the blue line on the daily time frame. So anything above 207 would be fine, and the take profit could be 42 cents, and that'd be a phenomenal trade. So, you know, that's just what I would do. Stop loss would be around 204, 205, and that's just... I will enter a short on this, so I appreciate that. I'm going to add this to my watch list, RENDR. So yeah, that's a short and a half that could be very profitable. And if you really want to see the official stats on that, I can show you right now. So your take profit would be down at 42 cents. And so many altcoins gave you great setups on October 10th. It's actually ridiculous. Okay, so the entry right now, say we do a 153.6. Your stop loss would be right there at the yellow line. Holy crap, stop beeping at me. So yeah, that's a 2 point. Oh, that's not even that good then. Your stop loss would have to be lower than that then. Well, I guess maybe you don't enter that trade. Although usually I think on the higher time frames they're more likely to play out than the smaller time frames, but you know, that's actually only a 2.09 R&R, so you'd have to lower your stop loss, but then it's not really at a good level. Yeah, that's not a great setup actually, but I still think it's going to go down to 42 cents. Look at Rose Oasis long. What is the ticker for that? Quick long. Look at Rose, please. I'm scared to look at Rose actually because you're making me. Okay. You didn't have a scan wick on Rose, so we're off to a good start on that. Although the chart still looks horrific. At one point we were at 19 cents. Now we're 95% lower. That's not good. Okay, so we're below the daily 200. I'm not going to say it's a bear market because you're barely below it, but it looks horrific. And the fact you're down 95%, it's basically a bear market. I will tell you this: the 4-hour time frame looks promising, but not fantastic. Bitcoin is at 78,000 right now, so interesting. It looks even though the macro time frame is down 95%, it looks better than I anticipated it looking. This is on Binance, actually, so that probably tells me it could be tradable on a lot of exchanges. Yeah, no, I'm actually not opposed to a long here back to 2.2 cents. That's not a horrible idea. Would I actually enter that? I don't know. You have the green dot on the 1 hour. 33-minute looks decent. 15-minute time frame's overbought. I don't love it, but I actually don't hate it like I thought it would. I don't think I'd enter that long because Bitcoin is kind of crushing it right now to the downside, and if Bitcoin continues to bleed, whatever this is going to continue to bleed, and you still like going. I mean, you are not technically below the daily 200, not really, but the fact that you are down 95% from the highs tell me the macro trend is probably down, so that's going to fight against you a little bit too. I mean, at one point this was 19 cents, so Actually, at one point it was even above that. At least 60 cents on Binance. Maybe there's price action before that. So the all-time high is 60 cents. You're at 1.7. You're down 98% from the highs about. I'm roughly doing math here. So I would probably not long this, but it could get it could pump a small amount. I would not touch that though, because the macro trend is down. So that's my thoughts on that. Thank you for that request. I'm going to go back to Bitcoin now. That chart doesn't really look that good to me. Bitcoin, I will say, I might have to cut off my long though. So I am going to cut my long off right now. It doesn't look great. Hold on. So I want to see what happens on this 1 minute time frame, because now I see this becoming a rising wedge. Look how fast you just went up there. That's not healthy. So here's the thing. If the 1 minute flag is out here and we make a bull flag above the 200, then we can continue to long. If it just dumps right back down, that's not great. So what I'm going to do is, I haven't exited my position just yet. But if this flags out, we could be golden for the daily bottom being in. It's looking more and more likely. So I want to see this flag out. If you just come right back down below 78K, you're bearish. If you go sideways and then pump, you could actually pump back to 79,000. So I'm not in a lot. I'm still short right now, but it doesn't look horrific to me. So let me go back to the 1 minute. Yep. Yeah. We'll see what happens. It actually looks promising right now for Bitcoin. I had a short. I just closed it at the bottom. So many influencers spreading bad news currently. I have no clue what that is in regards to at all. But I will say Bitcoin looks promising on the 1 minute. Kind of promising. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm skeptical of the market right now, to say the least. But you're above the 1 minute 200. That's a good sign. Anyways, we'll see what happens. It's a start. But I don't know, man. The higher time frames still look bad to me. Well, if you want to do a hedge trade, I suppose a stop below the 1 minute 200 is not a horrible idea. I'm gonna get out of my long, so bear with me. I'm gonna go do that, and then out of my short. I mean, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to do that really quickly. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we'll see what happens. But I did bail on my short, because now you're above the 1 minute flagging out. So now I entered a long. Stop at 77.7 right here at the 1 minute 200. And we'll see if we can get a bottom. You know, it's looking like that is your low for the day at this point. 33 minute has more upside. 1 hour has more upside. 4 hour has more upside, I would think. So I would be looking at this point for a relief rally. But it could easily just roll over. So I did go long here. Am I going to lose this trade? We'll see. But I did go long here right now. So it is trying to pump. It's flagging out. It's going sideways above the 200. So it actually doesn't look horrible. Like, the measured move isn't crazy. It's 79,000, but that would be my target. With that being said, guys, that's going to kind of wrap up this video. I leave you with that long. I'm still short on Dogecoin, but again, it might get stopped out here in a few moments. So we'll see what happens. It is currently down $5. Nothing crazy, but that is the trade. Bitcoin struggling once again. So We'll see what happens. I think I do like that the render trade or whatever you just gave me. Render trade. So I believe I'll enter a short on render. Like bro, just market sucks. This is so bad. I probably should have just stayed short on Bitcoin, but we'll see. Maybe it'll win this trade. It is struggling to say the least, though. It's just like taking its time. Okay, that's kind of all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope that you guys have a great night. I'll see you guys. I'll be back live Tuesday. I don't know what time. For right now, I plan going live Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe. Have a great night. Trade your friend until the end. I do see a small bounce coming here for Bitcoin. If that happens, if we do get to 79,000, I'll probably lose the Dogecoin short. I'll be down $13. I'll be fine. So that's my update on the market, guys. I see a small bounce coming if we can hold above 77,700. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great night. Adios. Wow. Now I have to go get ready, bro. Bitcoin sucks. This is a stupid price action. I'm starving, by the way.
How much for the pizza?
$18.
Thousand
That's
pizzas?
Do you have like 17 minutes for 1,000? Maybe 17 and a half. I got one slow guy back there. All right, yeah, they're all fast.
Okay, yeah.
17 minutes.
17 minutes.
Be right back. Okay. Turns out I'm the slow guy, and
You are?
I can't quite do 1,000. How's 10 work?
10 pizzas?
10 pizzas.
Sounds good.
All right. Where are these going, by the way?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Ooh, I don't want to know, though. I'm kidding. You're not going to kill me. I can take you. Where are they going?
Homeless shelter.
You kidding me?
No.
Oh, man. Well, you're a very kind person. We need more people like you out.
Thanks, man.
All right, there you go. Thanks so much. There's
No, thank you.
All right.
Bro, that's not 10. It's like way more than 10.
Yeah, I doubled the order.
Did you really?
And then I also added 10 salads.
What?
It's really sweet what you do out there for those in need. Thank you.
Can I pay for the rest of them?
Absolutely not.
Thank you, man.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, what up?
Hey,
Welcome. Yeah, take a pizza, yeah. Yeah, you got a pizza?
What beef
Here you go, Miss Lady. Pepperoni sausage, man. Is that good? There we go. Here you go. Enjoy it, okay? Here you go. You gotta bless them, bro.
I got you.
You got some people over there? Okay. Go bless the people for me, all right, bro? Okay. How much for the pizza?
I live across the street and somebody packed my car with snow. I was wondering if you saw anything or heard anything.
Did you take somebody's parking spot?
I don't believe so. Like, this is just a parking spot. This is the parking spot, like, literally right behind yours.
Yeah, I know, but people have been digging out their parking spots for them.
I don't know that that's the case because I've literally been parking here all week.
Yeah, all week since that parking spot been dug out. And you live across the
But
street.
like I said, did you see anybody who did it or saw it or anything? I don't live across the street. I live in the apartment building. We just can't get in our lot.
Yeah, yeah, I think who did it.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Hi there. My name is Rick Pierce. I'm a reporter with Channel 11 News. We saw your video, your many videos. We're wondering if we could do an interview with you about the whole situation.
I live across the street and somebody packed my car with snow. I was wondering if you saw anything or heard anything.
Did you take somebody's parking spot?
I don't believe so. Like this is just a parking spot. This is the parking spot, like literally right behind yours.
Yeah, I know, but people have been digging out parking spots
Go ahead.
for them.
I don't know that that's the case because I've literally been parking here all week.
Yeah, all week since that parking spot been dug out. If you live across the
But
street.
like I said, did you see anybody who did it or saw it or anything? I don't live across the street. I live in the apartment building. We just can't get in our lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think who did it.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi there. My name is Rick Pierce. I'm a reporter with Channel 11 News. We saw your video, your many videos. We're wondering if we could do an interview with you about the whole situation.
I live across the street and somebody packed my car with snow. I was wondering if you saw anything or heard anything.
Did you take somebody's parking spot?
I don't believe so. Like this is just a parking spot. This is the parking spot, like literally right behind yours.
Yeah, I know, but people have been digging out their parking spot for them.
I don't know that that's the case because I've literally been parking here all week.
Yeah, all week since that parking spot been dug out. Live across
Okay,
the
but
street.
like I said, did you see anybody who did it or saw it or anything? I don't live across the street. I live in the apartment building. We just can't get in our lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think who did it.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Hi there. My name is Rick Pierce. I'm a reporter with Channel 11 News. We saw your video, your many videos. We're wondering if we could do an interview with you about the whole situation.
I live across the street and somebody packed my car with snow. I was wondering if you saw anything or heard anything.
This is
Did you take somebody's parking spot?
I don't believe so. Like this is just a parking spot. This is the
Bitcoin is just whoa. How do you win both? I don't know. Dogecoin and dumb. Well, Bitcoin. Oh, so that's me.
It's fine. On my way to the out. Hey guys, how's it going, man? Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Neil and welcome back to which random car config can jump the highest on Car Jump Arena. I'm pretty sure my voice is going out. I'm pretty sure I'm getting sick, but while I can still speak, this is what we're gonna do. You guys wanted to see another episode of this series? If you don't know, it's literally just a giant ramp and a giant vertical. I don't even know what to call it. The high striker is what it's called, but you basically see how high you can go before you fall back down to earth. Now, if I remember correctly, it's actually not too hard to get to the top. If you get a fast car, that is very important. Unlike the Car Jump Arena, speed is the big thing here. We're going to have to get pretty lucky with these rolls to make it all the way to the top. But here we go. First randomized car, Dune Kicker Stadium V2. Not a stock version of the Dune Kicker. A lot of tire spin on this. Let's see if we can even it out here. How fast we can actually get this Dune Kicker going. 170 plus miles an hour. Now let's make sure we hit this ramp straight as can be. And there we go. 90, 100. 128, I believe, is what we saw at the top left there. And for the most part, a pretty smooth landing. I mean, we didn't land back on our tires per se, but all things considered, pretty smooth, I would say. I would say that's a success. What did I say? 100 whatever? So the the absolute highest we can go though is 220 meters. That is very tall. I'll see if I can find a building in the world that's around 220 meters so you have kind of a reference here. Anyway, let's go ahead and randomize again an errata normal frame rolling shell, which has no engine. So we in fact cannot use that vehicle. Okay, so randomize again. And Miramar HPC Rajan V8. So this is going to be a Segoya config. By the way, if you're unaware, we have well over 3,000 plus configured because of Segoya's car pack and, of course, Fall Gem's car pack as well. So yeah, a lot of configurations that we can possibly roll into this series. But here we go. Let's see how fast this thing can go for a Miramar. Pretty quick. 160, 170. Can we hit 180? Yes, we can. Can we hold 180? No, we cannot, but pretty close. Here we go. Watch that number in the top left. 180 on the dot. Not bad. Oh, that's a long way down. But we landed. We stuck the landing. Beautiful. Kiss the wall a little bit and call it a day. That is about as good a launch as you could possibly hope for. We drove away and lived to tell the tale. Not bad at all. Are we even gonna kiss the top of the ramp today? I don't know. A T-Series drag truck. Oh my God. So we should probably have that in high gears, right? Okay. What does a drag truck even mean? It means it's loud. It's like, and it means it pulls to the right heavily. Good to know. All right, we're going to be fighting this thing all the way down. Are we going to hit that? No, we're not. Okay, we're good. Hold it steady. 170 miles an hour in a semi-truck. Not bad. Oh, we hit the side. I think 93 is about where we got up to. Rough landing on that one. Very rough landing. Unfortunate. Yeah, once I hit the actual ramp there, it just pulled to the right so hard. There was literally nothing I could do. I mean, it pulled to the right anyway, but unfortunately very uncontrollable. Anyway, let's go ahead and randomize once again a special off-road. Burnside, I'm assuming. Not sure how fast this one's gonna be, but I love the Burnside, so let's do it anyway. With a very vibrant green color. I mean, who am I kidding? This thing's atrocious. Over rev damage, and the engine's gonna explode any second. There it goes. I've done this so long that I can tell when it's about to explode. 110 miles an hour. 60, 70, 77 meters. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know how much farther we would have gotten even if the engine didn't pop. But maybe I'm saying, hold on. Oh, God. But you stop by and come see them the anyway, go ahead and randomize the top speed edition. So a speed wedge is what we have here, guys. This is going to be interesting. How fast will it go? Will the engine explode? It is pulling to the right. Why do they all do that? Okay. There we go. There we go. Oh my God, it's so fast. 200 miles an hour in a region? 213? Holy crap. We're going to hit the top. We hit the top of the widget. Are you kidding me? Watch that be the only one that makes it today, too. That would be absolutely absurd. Maybe change the snap over his head. Romo runs it down at the 25 and kicks it. Kicks it up and runs left. At the 20, Romo. Right to McMahon. Gets to the 1 man. The 50. Still sticking. 55. St. Louis puts him. That one puts him in the hearts and minds of Cowboys fans forever. Now, how long does St. Louis will take a timeout here? Well, how long do you think the Cowboys have to work on that play this week? How long? Hey, Jason, nice play call. That's the gain on the play is 4 yards, but he actually went 34 yards. Very team pressure again. For such an example, it's deep. Floyd's one of the guys that gave it. Well, it starts with the stop. Cornelius Washington and Murray Floyd when they tackled and twist. And Jameis Houston still being able to elude a motion is doing back and forth, keeping the guys downfield. And that's back-to-back catches in this game. And one of them before that, and this one, they're afraid to make you scratch your head. Run it. You better be careful. That got him in the end zone. Sonny Samuel has a shot. Now Green. How does he escape? Unbelievable run by Marion Barber to save 2 points. I did not hear a whistle, but they were about ready to come in and mark this ball down on about the 1 foot line. That's what I thought. But Marion Barber stays after it. Already 2 touchdowns for Brown. And they get it to him again. Across the goal line. 29, Eric Curry's going to get the hit right there. Ball pops in the air. You can't make this stuff up, folks. And what did I say earlier? How Brown has never lost a fumble in his NFL career. Still hasn't. 11th play to drive. Here's Newton with time. In trouble, Newton trying to break the tackle. And runs it back. Cam. Spectacular run down to the 21. And one for a touchdown this year. Yes. And it's a line drive catch. Jackson bobbles it and now has to try and recover. Deshaun Jackson gets it. Are you kidding? Deshaun Jackson. Spillman and now in for a touchdown, no flags. Unbelievable. No time left. Eagles win. It's a 65-yard return. It was an awful punt. A line run. Jackson bobbled it and then let block get set up. Gets his way through the Giants, got a block late, and then took it up the goal line before going into the end zone. There's no time remaining. And with that stunning ending, the Philadelphia Eagles come all the way back. Touchdown by Reggie Wayne. Back with the Giants, who put it up in the air, and then Reggie Wayne tapped it to himself and made the catch for the touchdown. It was hard to tell how much the pressure by Keith Rivers impacted the throw, but clearly a more throw by Andrew Luck and Aaron Ross in excellent coverage. And Wilson is able to duck away. Fran, line, yeah, right. Very targeted like. Steps away from the tackle. This is like McNabb and Dallas a few years ago. With no first down, he's tackled to the 39-yard. The tackle again. Just on his feet, and it's to sectors. To avoid the contact with Will Allen, realized he hadn't been touched. and then got up and completed the longest play of the game for the Broncos, 34 yards. I know he was not touched. He went down, and I was going to say he gave himself a foot. Will allocate close to making just even a brush, a little contact, but he didn't. So especially from this angle here. And Edelman is the returner. Oh, Schmidt really. Smith. Wants to talk to the Colby Schmidt. Whoops. Well, a high snap off his shoulder. And now Wilson just trying to get into the wide open, making the catch is Tyler Lockett. And Lockett is inside the 20, and Tyler Lockett gets slung down at the 4-yard line. So broken play, a snap that gets away, and Wilson makes the most of it. Absolutely.